Well, g'day there, traders and friends right around the world. It's James here on behalf of Pivot Point Trading, bringing you Tuesday afternoon's market recap as at the 13th of January 2015. Really, today's trading session, the talk of the town, the monumental move which we saw in an individual stock comes down to that of GOPRO, ticker symbol GPRO. This is a permanent fixture on our pro analysis list, which we have newly added for the year 2015 in replacement of Starbucks. Now, as you can see today, students in that analysis class have really cleaned up on this particular stock. We have really done incredibly well. You can see that instead of just simply shorting this stock today and seeing that 11% move, we were actively getting involved in put contracts or selling short the stock when it started to break $62.04. We had an additional entry this very weekend at $58.62. Now, GoPro hit our first target at $54.25. Personally, I was triggered out of the majority of my put options on GoPro at $54.25, so I missed out on the continuation to the downside. What I find very interesting is that this stock hit our second target. Now, this second target is going back to when it first floated in July 2014. It hit this price point at $48.40 as resistance later in July, and again, it broke above it late in August 2014. That comes in at $49.54. Traders in that analysis class, congratulations on this mammoth trade to the downside. It really was an exceptional trade, understood and perfectly anticipated based off, of course, the technicals. We saw that bounce back into this pivot point. We started to see it fail at both the 20 and the 10 exponential moving average. And of course, we saw the oscillating indicators start to give us the sell signals pretty much 2 weeks ago. It was really the perfect type of trade. Today was when we capitalized on, of course, the panic and fear, which came into GoPro as the stock price tanked down $7 on the daily, or $6.91. Just an absolutely incredible move, an incredible trade. I wanted to congratulate all of you around the world who placed a position or a put or sold short that particular stock. Also, the three US markets today really reflecting indecision. The Dow Jones Industrial Average gave us a high wave spinning top. We did close down 44 points, but we saw some very incredible, some huge intraday volatility. We saw an incredible bounce to begin the trading session. We came back up to this resistance level going back to December, or twice in December. Also, an intraday swing high going back to mid last week, and we saw an immediate reaction at this point. During the day, we sold off incredibly, an incredible sell-off. We closed the day with a low spinning top, a very small spinning top. We have what we call a high wave spinning top as at the close on the Dow Jones Industrial Average for Tuesday. This is really indicating strong selling pressure. If anything, traders and investors are highly confused as to which direction the markets are going to move. When confused, stay on the sidelines. However, having said that, it looks as if the markets are wanting to pull back based on the sentiment of this overall chart topping pattern. Having a look at the S&P 500, the same type of candlestick, you can see that high wave spinning top, more or less a mirror image of the Dow Jones Industrial Average. But when we have a look at the NASDAQ, the only real difference between the NASDAQ and the two other markets is the fact that we don't have a small little body. We have a much larger body. Very similar, however, to that high wave spinning top. We have filled that gap. It looks as if we are wanting to pull back based on the daily. We were down 3 points, very small move. However, the body is very dark. We did try to push higher. We failed at these ultimate highs, or these most recent swing highs on the markets, and it looks as if the markets are going to continue to get stuck in this sideways market move. Breaking it down into more of an individual theme, or going through our individual trades on our pro analysis list. Most recently, I put out a video on this 3-day candlestick pattern right here. This is what we call an evening star reversal. It has bearish inclinations or bearish sentiment moving forward for the short-term price of Apple. An aggressive entry on Apple could be at 108.25 if you can watch this intraday. Other than that, you know my swing trades based off from the pro analysis class. I'm still holding true to those analysis, or to that analysis over the weekend. Amazon today had a little bit of a bullish bounce up, $3.33. It failed to get above these swing highs. The picture is still very, very bearish. We're still in the trend. You can see that the 10 and the 20 is pushing price lower. Volume wasn't really there on Amazon. The daily candlestick is still bearish, and according to, again, our oscillating indicators, price wants to continue lower. It just tried to push higher intraday but failed. So it's really given us good structure to use our stops. If you are in Amazon, such as myself, I'll be putting my stop just at the high of those two candlesticks, and any movement lower, I will immediately be bringing down, my stop to limit my risk on this Amazon trade. Target is still $285.95. Bar today is continuing to break down. 101.85 was our bearish entry. You can see the breakdown occur at $177. Another profitable trade to the downside. Target is still 98.52. If you're not in this, don't chase it, but another profitable trade. Baidu, no real net movement at the moment. That's a trade which we're not in, so I won't spend too much time. Caterpillar breaking down out of that bear flag. Very decent type of trade setup. Getting very close to that 84.94 bearish entry. We're still getting into a period of a lot of consolidation, or a period or a price on the chart where a lot of price action is taking place. I still like that trade a lot. Earnings is coming up, so pay attention. FAS, again, triggered at our aggressive entry at 119.18. Our first target is 112.39, another profitable trade. Even though I did not personally place this trade, I'm not an intraday trader, I'm a swing trader. I have got emails from people thanking me for the trade setup. They've been able to monitor and manage this during the day, and it has been a great trade. Facebook, moving into this one, we're still battling with that primary trend line. I love this trade. I'm so neutral on Facebook. It doesn't bother me whatsoever which direction it wants to move. I'm just waiting for that directional break to occur. Sit tight. We are going to see an incredible move in Facebook. Hopefully it occurs before earnings. Google today had a gap up, $4.74. Pretty nice move. Earnings is right here. On the 29th of January, very neutral. It's trying to move higher, but having said that, it's still failing at that strong resistance level and this pivot point at $508 a share. You can see the exponential moving averages are still technically bearish as well as saying, look, we're in a bearish trend, we're breaking the swing lows. This could just be, again, a little bit of an intraday market noise type of move. We have a doji, again, indecision taking place on the markets and also on Google. Stochastics is still supporting the move, so is the MACD. The RSI has bounced a little bit from this oversold level, and we are getting into that lower Bollinger Band. So please just tighten your stop on this Google trade. Other than that, it looks really, really good. GoPro of reference, that was such an incredible trade today. I don't need to cover that. Halliburton is still very neutral. I'll show you this Bollinger Band squeeze. You can see right here, 37.22, 41.26. No real difference whatsoever. Netflix at the moment had a little bit of a gap up $4.96. The candlestick is so bearish though. It's what we call an inside day. It's a shooting star. Yes, the volume was there somewhat from the bullish gap up on the overall markets, but it's not really a buy mark, put it that way, and it's definitely not a sell short mark. It's simply just the period of, look, we could get stuck sideways before we start to really break down below that 317.71 entry. So what I'm happy to do now is that we have the structure. If we start to break below this swing low over here, I'm going to draw it in right now for you in this analysis update. Around 313.66, I'll be re-adding to my original puts, okay? And I'll be watching the breakdown take place on Netflix. Tesla today, we hit our target again for the second time, 202.41. You could have exited at this point for the second time. No open trades in Tesla. We've hit our target. We're essentially out of that particular trade. And Twitter today, another doji candlestick right at our entry at 39.52. No real net movement. It is still slightly profitable. But although the market's again trying to pull back, this is the third consecutive day of the pullback. Twitter still looks quite strong relative to the bullish candlesticks we started to see mid next week. So please just tighten your stop on that Twitter trade, and we'll keep a very close eye on how that trade's moving forward. And rounding out this second full week of trading for 2015, I'll leave it at that. If you have any questions, email me, success@pivotpoint-trading.com. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, have a fantastic evening. See you all Wednesday afternoon for another market recap. Let's see what this market does. Very excited to see if we're going to see a continued pullback in the markets, or if we're just going to get stuck in no man's land currently where we are on the 3 US markets. All the best, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye.